Okay, so you're out hiking at night, and you see this spider glowing like a disco ball. Wait, is that a spider or a UFO? But wait, how does it even see in the dark? Do they have night vision goggles, or just a really bad sense of direction? Turns out, some spiders don't need light to find their way. They use their own glow to light up the path, like a spider with a tiny lantern. So, next time you see a glowing spider, don't panic. It's just a spider with a glow stick and a really good sense of self-awareness. But hey, if you're ever lost in the woods, just look for glowing spiders. They're like nature's little lanterns, minus the battery. So what exactly are we talking about? Let me be clear, glow-in-the-dark spiders aren't like those neon glow sticks you put on your car. They're actual spiders, but with a little extra light show. These spiders, also known as luminous or bioluminescent spiders, don't just glow. They're like tiny disco balls with a creepy curly vibe. But here's the kicker, most of them don't actually glow. Only a few species, like the Hawaiian spider, have this glowy superpower. It's like getting a glow up, but with 8 legs. So when we talk about glow-in-the-dark spiders, we're not talking about a whole species. Just a tiny handful of spiders that can light up the night, like nature's tiny nightlight. And here's the thing, these spiders don't glow to impress us. They glow for survival. It's like having a built-in flashlight in the dark, but with more legs and less batteries. So you're like, why does this matter? Well, imagine if your phone had to find a way home in the dark, but it's actually a spider. It's like the spider has a built-in flashlight, but it's actually super cool biology. And if we figure out how it does it, maybe we can make better light tech for your phone, or even your fridge. Okay, so glow-in-the-dark spiders aren't actually glowing, they're just super good at seeing in the dark. Wait, back in the 1950s, scientists thought maybe they had some kind of built-in nightlight. No, really, they did. Turns out, they just have super sensitive eyes that pick up on the tiniest bit of light, like a night vision camera, but cooler. Then in the 1980s, people started noticing these spiders everywhere. Like, literally everywhere. Now we know they're not glowing, they're just masters of the dark. Like a ninja, but with 8 legs and no pants. So imagine you're a spider, and your web is your flashlight. You spin it in the dark, and it glows like a tiny disco ball. You're like a glowing disco spider, dancing in the dark with your web. Oh wait, you're not just glowing for show. You're actually using that light to see better, like a spider with a built-in night light. You're basically a glowing disco ball with legs. But here's the twist. Some spiders glow not because they're special, but because they're eating glowing stuff. Like, they're like spider vampires, sipping on glowing bugs and getting their own glow on. So, you're not just a spider. You're a glowing spider, a disco spider, a vampire spider. You're like a spider who's been to a party and never left. In the end, you're not just a spider. You're a glowing spider. You're like a spider with a flashlight, but you're also a spider with a glow stick. You're the ultimate glow up. So, first things first, glow-in-the-dark spiders don't actually glow. They're just super fancy glow-in-the-dark stickers that nature stuck on their bellies. It's like a tiny neon sign that says, I'm a spider, but I'm also a disco ball. But wait, how do they even get that glow? Well, it's not like they have a battery or a flashlight. They eat stuff that's been out in the sun, and then their bodies turn that sunlight into this glowy stuff, like a spider version of a solar panel. So basically, they're like nature's glow sticks. They absorb sunlight during the day and then shine at night. It's like having a tiny disco ball that you charge with sunlight and then use to light up the dark. But here's the kicker, this glow isn't for showing off. It's for navigating. They use it like a built-in flashlight to see where they're going. Kind of like how some people use a phone light to find their keys in the dark. So step 1, they charge up by soaking up sunlight. Step 2, they use that glow to light up the dark. And step 3, well, that's for the next beat. But first, let's make sure we're all still on the same page about glow sticks and spiders. Okay, so they glow, but how does that help them find their way? Well, think of it like a tiny flashlight in the dark. They use their glow to light up their own path, kind of like a little lantern on a hike. But wait, do they need to see anything else? Nope, they don't need to see anything else. Their glow is like a beacon, guiding them through the dark. It's not about seeing the surroundings, but about knowing where they are. Sort of like a GPS for spiders, but with a glow. But how does the glow actually work? Well, it's not like a light bulb. They absorb light from the sun or other sources and then slowly glow in the dark. It's like storing sunlight in a battery and then using it later. Kind of like a spider-powered solar panel. So, they're not using the glow to see the world, but to mark their own path. It's like a trail of light that only they can follow. It's not about finding the way, but about not getting lost. Smart, right? And here's the kicker. The glow is only strong enough to light up a few inches, so they don't use it for big distances, just to know where they are. It's like a tiny glow stick for spiders. Super useful, though. Okay, so they're not just glowing like a nightlight. They're actually using their glow as a map. Imagine if your flashlight was also a GPS, but with spider legs. They can see their own glow, which helps them know where they are in the dark. It's like having a tiny headlamp, but for spiders. But wait, they're not just glowing for show. The light helps them find their way back to the center of the web, like a spider version of a home button. So it's not just about being seen, it's about being able to see yourself. Kind of like how you use your phone's flashlight to find your way in the dark. In the end, it's all about being a little glowing detective, using light to find your way home. Spiders are basically the original bioluminescent tech geeks. Okay, so here's the thing, glow-in-the-dark spiders aren't actually glowing. They're just super duper good at reflecting light. Like, imagine your phone screen in the dark super bright, right? Well, their bodies are like that, but for light. But wait, how do they even know where the light is? Oh, they don't. They're just reflecting what's around them. It's like if you painted your walls to be a mirror, but you still don't know where the light is coming from. So they're not navigating by glow, they're navigating by light. Their eyes are like tiny, super sensitive cameras, picking up the slightest changes in brightness. It's like a night vision camera, but with 8 eyes and a bit of spider logic. But here's the kicker, they're not just reflecting light, they're also using the dark. Like, if there's a shadowy corner, they'll go there. It's like if you're in a dark room and you go where the light isn't, just to be mysterious. So in the end, glow-in-the-dark spiders are just clever light users. They don't need a compass, they don't need a map, they just need a little bit of light and a whole lot of spider senses. Okay, so imagine you're in a totally dark room, and you've got a bunch of glow sticks attached to your legs. You're trying to walk, but you can't see anything. But somehow, you manage to not fall over. That's basically how these spiders do it. It's like trying to dance in a pitch-black basement while wearing disco lights on your feet. You can see yourself, but not the walls. But somehow, you don't crash into the walls. That's the spider's trick. So these spiders are like the ultimate night owls, but with a glow stick. They don't need a flashlight or a map. They just glow and follow their own light. It's not perfect, though. Sometimes they'll walk into the wall because their glow is too faint, or they're too busy spinning webs to notice they're heading straight off a cliff. But hey, they're still alive. That's the beauty of being a glow-in-the-dark spider. So in the end, it's like being a human with a flashlight, but you're not allowed to look at the light. You just have to trust it to guide you. That's how these spiders do it. And honestly, I'm kinda jealous. So here's the thing. I'm not sure if it's real or if I just made it up. But guess what? They actually use their glow to light up the dark. It's like they're wearing tiny night lights on their legs. Imagine if your shoes glowed in the dark, and you could see where you're stepping. That's basically what these spiders are doing. They're like the glow-in-the-dark superstars of the spider world. Oh wait, they don't just glow randomly. They actually control how bright they shine. It's like having a flashlight you can turn on and off with your legs. Super cool. This glowing is probably a way to find mates or avoid predators. Like a secret signal only they can see. It's not like they're advertising for a spider dating app. Quick word from our sponsor. If this sounds like something you enjoy, take a look at the Amazon Echo Dot smart speaker. There's a link and a QR code on screen right now, and in the description below. Alright, back to it. And here's the kicker. This glow isn't just for show. It's actually a survival strategy. They use it to navigate the dark, like a built-in headlamp. Nature is wild, right? So you think glow-in-the-dark spiders just glow like a neon sign? Nope, that's not how it works. They're not like a glow stick that lights up when you shake it. They're more like a flashlight that only works when it's dark. Glow-in-the-dark spiders actually absorb light during the day, like a tiny solar panel. Then, when it gets dark, they use that stored light to see. It's like your phone charging in sunlight and then glowing in the dark, but way cooler. But wait, some spiders glow to scare off predators. It's like a warning sign that says, I'm not easy prey. They're basically using their glow as a laser pointer to distract you. So no, glow-in-the-dark spiders aren't just glowing for fun. They're using their light like a tiny lantern to navigate, scare enemies, and maybe even find a mate. It's like having a nightlight built into your legs. Next time you see a glowing spider, don't just stare. Try to imagine it's a tiny light bulb with 8 legs trying to find its way home in the dark. It's kind of poetic, actually. So, here's the thing, glow-in-the-dark spiders don't actually glow. They're just super duper sensitive to light, like a human with night vision goggles. You think they're glowing? No, they're just seeing in the dark better than you. It's like if you took a flashlight and pointed it at a black cat in the dark, and then said, "Oh look, it's glowing." That's basically what we're doing with these spiders. They're not glowing, we're just seeing them. And that's why we're so confused. We see the spider, we think it's glowing, but in reality, it's just a super light sensitive creature doing its spider thing in the dark. Like a night owl with a flashlight. So next time you see a glowing spider, just remember your eyes are doing the work. You're not seeing a glowing creature, you're seeing a dark hunter with better night vision than your phone's flashlight. So you're probably looking at your ceiling right now, and you're like, "Hey, is that a glowy spider or just a light bulb?" But guess what? You're already surrounded by glowy stuff. Your phone, your laptop, even your fridge light. They all glow a little just like these spiders. And just like the spiders, these things don't need sunlight to work. They use their own glow, like a built-in nightlight. So, next time you're in the dark, remember, you're not alone. You and the glowy spiders are both just trying to see in the dark. And if you're ever in a spider-filled room, just remember, they're not trying to scare you. They're just being glowy. Okay, so I'm standing in a dark room, trying to find my keys, and I accidentally step on a glow-in-the-dark spider. It's like a tiny lantern, but it's also like a really bad horror movie. The spider starts glowing bright green, like it's giving me a middle finger, and I realize I just made a terrible life choice. It's like the spider is saying, "You stepped on me, now you're the villain." Eventually, I find it stuck in a corner, glowing like a tiny UFO. It's like the spider is trying to communicate, but all it says is, "I'm here, and you're not." I pick it up, and it goes dark, like a light bulb just died. I'm holding a glowing spider, and I'm thinking, was this a test? Was I supposed to be scared? I don't know, but I'm definitely not a hero. So, in real life, these spiders are basically tiny glow sticks with legs. They're not trying to scare you, they're just doing their thing. And honestly, I'm still not sure if that's a good thing. So, you know how some spiders can glow in the dark? Well, some of them are so good at it, they're basically the Spider-Man of the spider world. They glow so hard, they could light up a whole cave. These spiders aren't just glowing, they're like nature's neon sign. They're so bright, you could see them from a mile away, even in total darkness. It's like a spider with a disco ball. But here's the kicker, they don't just glow to be seen. They glow to warn predators. Like a spider version of "I'm not a snack, I'm a glitter grenade." Some of these spiders even glow different colors. It's like they're using their glow as a language, flashing Morse code with their body lights. Spiders with a flair for drama. And the best part? They're not just glowing for show. They're using their glow to find food, avoid danger, and maybe even flirt. Spiders with a glow up and a purpose. Okay, so imagine you're a glow-in-the-dark spider, and you're trying to find your way home, but suddenly your glow goes out. You're like, "Wait, did I just lose my light? Did I forget to charge my spider-shaped lantern?" Now you're totally lost. No light, no web, no map. You're basically a spider version of a lost kid in a dark supermarket. Where's my glow? Did I leave it in the spider-shaped backpack? You start to panic, maybe even try to spin a web in the dark, but it's like trying to draw a map with your eyes closed. You end up making a big, tangled mess of a web that looks like a spider's version of a doodle. Eventually, you either find your way back by feeling around, or you just give up and become a glow-free spider. Either way, it's a pretty bad night for a glow-in-the-dark spider. So, they glow, but they're not super bright. Imagine a firefly trying to light a match in a dark room. It's not enough to see the whole path, just enough to know where you're going. Plus, glow-in-the-dark isn't like having a flashlight. It's more like a dim nightlight. You can see a little, but not much. Kinda like trying to read a book in a pitch-black room with only the glow of your phone's screen. And here's the kicker. Glow-in-the-dark is only good when it's dark. If it's light out, they're basically invisible. So they don't know what about them anyway. So, in short, they're like a tiny lantern that only works when you're asleep. You can't really see them doing their thing, but they're still doing it. Which is probably why they're not in any travel brochures. Who wants to see a spider with a dim glow in the dark? It's not like a glowing jellyfish or a neon sign. It's just a spider. So, how did humans even figure out that these spiders glow? Well, it turns out someone decided to take a look at them in the dark. Like, really look. And guess what? They saw glowing stuff. It was like finding a disco ball in a cave, but for spiders. But wait, not just any glow. This glow is super specific. Like, it's not just random light, it's like a spider's own personal flashlight. Some scientists even think it's like a glowing tail, helping them see their way around. And here's the kicker, the glow isn't just for show. It actually helps them find their way, kind of like a built-in GPS. Except instead of satellites, it's spider silk and bioluminescence. Wild, right? So, basically, scientists saw a spider in the dark, noticed it glowed, and then realized it was using that glow to navigate. It's like when you're in a dark room and you see a glowing pan. You know exactly where it is. And that's how we know. Not by magic, not by guesswork, but by just looking closely and being amazed by how cool nature is. Sometimes the answer is just there, waiting to be found. So, there's this one spider that's basically a glow-in-the-dark disco ball. It's like a spider version of a disco ball, but with legs and a preference for the dark. It doesn't use its glow for navigation, it uses it for, I don't know, attracting other spiders to its web. Like a spider Tinder match. But here's the weird part. Some of these spiders actually glow even in the light. So they're like, I glow, I'm the light, I don't need darkness. So they're basically spiders who can't tell the difference between night and day, which is kind of like me trying to remember if I locked the door. And if that doesn't make you question your own glow, I don't know what will. But hey, at least we're not spiders. So, to recap, some glow-in-the-dark spiders are like glow-in-the-dark disco balls, and they don't need the dark, they just like to glow. Weird, but cool. Okay, so what if we made a whole bunch of glow-in-the-dark spiders and stuck them in a pitch-black cave? Imagine a spider party where everyone is basically a walking light bulb. They'd be like, hey, I'm the only one who can see, so I'm the boss. But wait, what if we made them glow different colors? Like, one spider is neon green, another is hot pink, and the third is a disco ball. Then they'd be like, I'm the main light, you're just the background. And what if we gave them a mission? Like, find the exit or steal the cheese. They'd be like, I'm the light, I'm the god, I'm the hero. But honestly, they're just trying to avoid getting eaten by a bigger spider. Quick word from our sponsor. If this sounds like something you'd enjoy, take a look at the Apple AirPods 2nd generation. There's a link and a QR code on screen right now, and in the description below. Alright, back to it. So, in short, glow-in-the-dark spiders are like nature's tiny lanterns, but also totally untrustworthy. They might be the light, but they're not the boss of everything. And if we ever make a spider-powered flashlight,
comment this emoji if you made it to the end.